Um, I've used black and white for a long time. I mean, I make some films in color, and the decision is based from film to film, based on, the kind of feeling that I want for that film, what I'm trying to express, what kind of world I'm trying to create. And I think one of the reasons why I like it for this film, 2 Years at Sea and Bogancloch, is that that it somehow simplifies his world, which is very cluttered. It's very full of things, and when you look at it with the naked eye, it's so busy with all the nature and all the junk and everything around. It's almost too much to look at all the time. So shooting in black and white means that you're just looking at these different grades of black, white, and all the grey in between, and in a way that sort of helps fictionalize the place as well. Like, I'm not trying to make a accurate representation. I'm trying to work with a real place and a real person, but then turn it into something else. Like, turn it into a world that could only exist in the cinema. So it's about creating cinema. And so I like this kind of slight unreality of black and white. And then using film, that's also to do with the kind of physicality of his life, the dirt and everything is tangible, and this is what we can do with film as well. It's a real thing that we can hold, and it's a thing that can last as well into the future, whereas with digital, that's more uncertain. So that's one of the reasons why I like film. It's a good question. Sometimes it just comes down to who you're asking for money from. I studied art. I never studied film. I did fine art, and I found a Super 8 camera in a second-hand shop and started making films like that. So I'm autodidact with film. But filmmakers are artists generally. So in a way, there's not so much difference between the two. And I think of myself mostly as a filmmaker. If people ask me, I usually say filmmaker, because that sort of covers everything. Yeah. I found him just for a friend. I was looking for somebody who lived in the wilderness, somebody who lived really far from anybody, and I actually went on a trip to the north of Norway to see if I could find somebody. And I drove around the north of Norway for a month, asking people, just completely random people, and failed. I didn't really find the person I was looking for. So I came back home and I told my friend this story, and he said, I know somebody. You should have asked me in the first place. So then he put me in touch with Jake. I called Jake. He's got a landline phone, like a wired phone. And he said, come and visit. And I did, and that was back in 2005, so a long time ago. Yeah. And it just carried on from there. Yeah, so I've made a number of photo series, but more than 3, but there's just 3 on the website. And that for that particular series, that was for a film I made called Slow Action, which is set in the far future, and it's about people living on an island who have created some kind of utopia, and they actually, on that, there's 4 different islands in the film, and on that island they live in a state of permanent revolution. And I guess they use masks as a way to, create their different affiliations.
Thank you for the interview and for your time.
My pleasure.
And maybe see you later.
Yes, thank you.